Watauga Arts Council with your host, Cherry Johnson, serving arts in Watauga County for more than 30 years.
All right. Hi, I'm Cherry Johnson with Watauga County Arts Council. I know you know that we've got a brand new gallery. We are so lucky in this community to have such a supportive community for the arts and for the Arts Council. We've been through a kind of a rough spell lately, and a lot of our friends have rallied around us really tightly, and among them were John Winkler and Kenneth Wilcox and Roger Wright, who donated a gallery for us to use to showcase the work of local artists, and that has just been a phenomenal gift. We are very, very thankful to them. And we just got our occupancy permit very recently after several different requirements that we met. And so we are now able to open it up, and we've got a brand new exhibit that we're going to be showcasing. We actually have two. I'll bring the other folks back and share that exhibit with you later on. This particular exhibit I want to showcase, there is a group of adults, legally I guess we call them senior adults. They're just adults that have a good time, and they like to paint, and they do so with Marcia Holmes, and she's acting as the instructor in two different locations, Cove Creek Center and also the Lois Harrell Senior Center. And these folks for many years, all the years I've ever been with the Arts Council, have always had a gallery space with us. And in about 2 years ago, they renamed it the Serendipity Gallery, which I think is a cool name. So when we moved out of the Jones house, the Serendipity Gallery came along with us for the ride. And we're really grateful to them for their support and also for coming with us. And so in our new gallery space, there's a whole section of the building named the Serendipity Gallery. And I have with me today one of the artists from that group of artists, and this is Kit Fisher. And Kit is here to share with us a new exhibit that has been planned for and worked on and schemed about for a while. Y'all have been breaking the law.
Well, we have been putting this project together for several months. We are following the ancient tradition of copying masterworks.
Forgery.
Well, it's the way that artists were trained from the Renaissance onto the present.
Actually, I was trained that way.
And it works. We always give attribution to the artists that we're copying, but it's a wonderful opportunity to study an artist, to study their techniques, their brushwork, their colors, and to try it out and make it your own.
That's true. And you know, when you actually have to copy it, you actually get into the detail about it.
Exactly.
You know?
Yes. And you'll get caught up in some particular aspect of the painting, and then you realize you've forgotten all this other stuff that's going on that's really an integral part of the painting.
So ultimately, you become a composite of all these masters that you've studied.
Yes. Yes.
Which is really kind of cool.
Exactly.
So who did you study?
I worked on Edward Hopper, and he's a painter that I first ran into in the Tate Gallery in London, and I've just always been fascinated by his paintings, and so I chose a Cape Cod scene that he had painted, the Camel's Hump, and did a little bit of research, and the more I got to know about him, the more I really liked him. As a person, he and his wife Jo painted together. They would go on car trips across the United States in an old second-hand car that they bought in the 30s. And any place that they saw that they particularly liked, they'd stop and paint. And he would sit in the back seat, and she would sit in the front seat, and they'd paint until they finished and then drive.
In the car?
Yes.
How interesting. How interesting.
It was plein air painting for two.
I don't know how plein air that really is. But so now tell me, you're in the classes at which location?
At the Senior Center here in town.
Okay. So you've watched your peers doing the similar exercise.
Yes.
So tell me about some of the things they've been doing.
Well, we have, let's see, we have Georgia O'Keeffe represented, Toulouse-Lautrec, Van Gogh, and I haven't seen everyone's work yet, but those are some of the ones that are outstanding in my mind. Mostly acrylic and mostly a few watercolors. Now, I thought I was going to mimic Andrew Wyeth.
Uh-huh.
I started looking at his paintings, and I realized it would take me 2 years to even be able to do a tiny little hepatica or something like that. But the learning to work with the colors and the shapes has just been so much fun.
That is really cool. So when you were studying Edward Hopper's work in such intricate detail, what did you find was the toughest thing to get a handle on, to really get?
I think that learning to use lots and lots of layers in the painting, and of course Marcia guided me along in this process, and it helped me to figure out where to use different colors in a way that really made it work, that you wouldn't normally think was, you wouldn't know that you had an underlayer of red.
Right, I was going to say, did you even realize there were that many layers when you started it?
Okay. Oh, no, absolutely not. His paintings just look so smooth, and there's such high contrast between the darks and the lights that you have no idea how complex it is. So that was a great learning experience.
That is cool. So in this process of learning his work, you not only learned a lot about him and the way he painted, but you learned a lot about color, and you learned a lot about how to change how something can look.
Right.
You know, and how to look at a painting.
Yes. Yes.
You know, that makes a difference.
Exactly. And one of the things that was really helpful was to know, okay, I'm going to copy this painting. I don't have to figure out what I'm going to paint. I don't have to go through any of those preliminaries. I'm simply copying this painting. And so it gave me a very defined goal.
It's all about technique.
And
as opposed to composition and all that other.
Yeah. And attention. I didn't have to spend days and days searching through photographs to figure out what it was I was going to do. So that was very, very helpful.
That's interesting. You know, I started taking painting classes, per se, when I was about 7th or 8th grade. And at the time, I had no idea why the instructor had me doing that. And why I was looking at paintings and trying to replicate them.
Right.
You know. I didn't know what I was learning initially. You know, but you figure it out pretty quickly that that's what you're doing. So, and I did see a project down at Watauga High School some years back where I probably was Shelton, but it might have been Lori, Shelton Wilder or Lori Hill, who had each student do a square of the same painting. They divided it into sections.
Wouldn't that be interesting?
It was really interesting because each student had done what looked like their little piece of the painting, you know. But in some cases, they don't quite fit together exactly right. In some cases, the colors are not quite the same. In some places, you know, the techniques are different.
Oh, that would be so fun to try.
It was an interesting experiment.
Yes.
You know, it wasn't something that you necessarily want to put on your living room wall, or maybe you would, but, you know, but it was a very interesting approach.
That's right. That's right.
So, kind of like a little snippet.
Well, and it's a way to help people learn. Not the product is not necessarily the point, but the process of learning.
Right. Now, if you would like a chance to come and check these paintings out, do you all have the original paintings that you're going to put near them?
We have a small thumbnail of the original that will be posted just underneath our efforts.
So that each of us will understand where it came from.
Right.
That's great.
Yes.
I'm really looking forward to this exhibit. I think this is going to be fun.
Oh, I think it'll be great fun. And not only to see lots of different works, but lots of different student works too.
Yeah, yeah. And then you can come and judge for yourself. Is that the way I would have approached that?
Yes.
Or what would I have done that would have been differently? You know,
exactly.
So, and I hope it gives each of you not only a chance to kind of connect to certain masters and through these students' work, but also to find a new way to look at a painting, because there's a lot to it. And once you start thinking about it this way, it's a different approach.
Yes.
to
Yes.
looking at art.
Yes,
And so,
it is.
So it'll be a very, very interesting opportunity for you. We have a reception coming up. Not exactly our grand opening. We're going to have a grand opening, but this won't be our grand opening. But it will be a great chance for you to get to come in and see our brand new space. It will be on July the 6th. We are running gallery hours. We're in the process right now because we just got the permit of getting everybody all lined up and ready to roll. But basically we're running gallery hours from 10 to 6 on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and from noon to 6 on Sunday. And then on the nights when there's a gallery reception, such as on July the 6th, then we will be open right on through into the reception hours. And so you'll be able to come in, and you won't just be able to see the artwork on the walls, which is fantastic, but you'll also get to have an opportunity to purchase gifts or small items, small works of art. I have had jewelers, I have had several artists who've said they're bringing their work to put into the retail
Wonderful.
space, into the gift shop. If you're an artist and you want to be part of that, all you have to do is, we're posting on our website the jury application to get, the gift shop is a jury process. And also you can always email us at watauga-arts.org and let us know that you want a copy of that packet, and we'll be happy to provide that for you. So email us or call us, get in touch with us, but most of all, just come by the gallery and check it out. It is a really neat space. It is beautiful, and we're very grateful to have it. And I'm so excited about this exhibit.
Oh, I can't wait to see the exhibit and see everyone's work all together.
That will be neat.
It will be a great opening, I'm sure.
It will. So, Kit, thank you for coming and
Thank
talking
you.
to us. I appreciate it very, very much. I'm looking forward to seeing your work.
Thank you.
Check it all out, watauga-arts.org, for this and so much more.
Watauga Arts Council with your host, Cherry Johnson, serving arts in Watauga County for more than 30 years.